Hey guys, Zeramus555 here. Sorry I haven't made a video in about a week. I've just been over a week. Just been dealing with a lot lately. Actually, as you can see, I'm back in my old room at home. Me and my girlfriend broke up. I'm not going to give any details, but I'll basically just say she broke my trust and ended up being somebody who I didn't think she was. And unfortunately, of course, you won't be seeing any videos from locals anymore or for quite some time. It's now once again 3 hours away, so unfortunately, I will be, trying to do more videos with my friends I play here in town, and of course Sunra. Other than that, yeah, I'll, obviously keep trying to do my videos, keep you guys up to date on stuff, and I'll be back at the video game store, so you might be seeing some more videos there as well. Anyways, yeah, that's just kind of an update of what's going on with me. Don't worry about sending "Hey, I hope you're okay, man" messages. I'm not fine, but I mean, I'm gonna survive. But yeah, other than that, I'll just get down to the deck profiles. You can see today we're doing Dark Worlds. I just decided to put this deck back together because it's cheap, it's fun, and it's very, very sacky. Um, it's not super consistent, and a lot of people are saying this is one of the decks that isn't going to get hit on the ban list, but there are some cards that I actually think might get hit, and I'll go over those when I get to them. Anyways, without further ado, I'll just start and I'll go through the cards and tell you guys why I made those choices. So 3 Grapha, 3 Snoww, 3 Broww. Those are staple. I'm actually running 3 gold, and then 1 Beiige, 2 Trance Archfiend, and I am running 1 Fabled Raven. Excuse me. 3 Gates of the Dark World, 3 Dark World Dealings, 3 Drag Down, 1 Card Destruction, 1 Allure of Darkness, 1 Foolish Burial, Heavy Storm. Then we got Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, 3 Reckless Greed, 2 Mind Crush, 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Deck Dev, 1 Return from a Different Dimension, and 1 Torrential Tribute. So that's the deck, guys. It's 40 cards. I guess I'll just kind of start off with the monsters and tell you why I'm running what. So, 3 Grapha, I think... No, I'm just kidding. I'm not even going to tell you about these ones. It's obvious. One thing I will say is I think Snoww actually might get hit on the ban list. I think if anything is a problem in the Dark World deck, obviously the field spell is really good, gets you a +1, but, it's got a pretty steep cost. When you think about it, you have to remove a dark monster from your... Or, sorry, a fiend-type monster from your graveyard. So, obviously they chain MST to it and you don't get it. I really don't think this card's a problem. I think it's very balanced. I think obviously the problem is Snoww. Obviously Konami likes to hit stuff that adds consistency, and Snoww is the one who adds all the consistency to this deck. A lot of times what people do is they'll play Dark World Dealings, pitch Snoww, draw into another Dealings, and then search out another Snoww or something like that. You're always usually thinning as much as you can with the Snoww, and I think that she's obviously the problem card. I really don't think Drag Down's a problem either, just because you have to take the risk of setting all your cards, including cards you don't even want to set, like spells. So I think Drag Down's not a problem. The other card, of course, is Card Destruction. I can see possibly getting banned. I think it's very broken. You get so many pluses of it. And if you open up with this, a fatty Dark World hand, you've probably won. And if you use it at the right time as well, you can really, really kill your opponent depending on what power cards you might have in his hand. So I'm not going to say anything about 3 Broww. The reason I'm running 3 gold over 3 silver is, first of all, I think gold's better in the mirror match. The problem with Silva is that in the mirror match, when your opponent sets everything, plays Drag Down, gold's so much better because they set a bunch of cards, they pitch your gold, and then you get to destroy 2 cards they control. With Silva, in most cases, they're not going to have a lot of Dark Worlds left in their hand, and Silva has to hit 2 cards in the hand. The thing with gold is he can hit 1 or 2 cards, or none if you want, so it's really, really good, and the reason I'm running 3 of them is I just like the XYZ plays for Tyrus and Adrius. Adrius is very good in this deck. You can get him up to 29, and then Tyrus as well, obviously, is just a very busted card. You can win games with it alone, so... also, I like the golds with the Fabled Raven, mostly just because you can do level 8 synchro plays, which is also very good. But yeah, I think the 3 gold is really good. I was originally running 3 gold, 3 silver, but I decided that was too much. So I bumped it down to 2 gold, 2 silver, and I decided just to take out the 2 silver, add in a 3rd gold because I have 3 supers and they're hot, and add in some more consistency spells like Foolish Burial. So 1 Beiige, obviously, I think you just need it. It's another, 1900 beats the field spell up, which is good. And also the fact that it special summons when you discard, so it's an easy way to get Grapha out. The reason I'm running these, now I was originally going to cut the Fabled Raven out and run 3 Trance Archfiend. I really, really, really like Trance Archfiend. It's a fantastic card. I'd even go as far as to say it's better than Raven, but I just like Raven for another mass discard outlet. I'm running a heavier monster lineup, so sometimes getting the cards I need out of my hand when I need them is very, very good. This can get, of course, Veilered quite a bit, but that's perfectly fine. Once again, I may just cut that out for the third trance. I'm still liking the Raven for now, but I might cut it out. Let me know what you guys think below, if I should just run 3 trance. So yeah, it's 16 monsters. I'm really enjoying the lineup. I think it's really good. 3 gates, nothing to say. 3 dealing, nothing to say. 3 drag down, nothing to say. The reason for Allure of Darkness is I don't run duality, and Allure works really really well with trance. Very, very good card. We also have a Foolish Burial, which is also fantastic in this deck. I wasn't liking it at first, but I think it just like adds a lot of consistency. You know, you can dump Grapha if you have a really slow hand, and then you can like summon a Beiige or a Broww or a Snoww and get a free Graph out turn 1, which is very, very good. And also, it fuels your Gates plays. If you need a Fiend in the graveyard, you can just dump any Fiend you want and just start going off. I originally wasn't running Heavy Storm, but I decided to put it in. I just didn't have any backward destruction except for the Graphas. And Storm kind of just lets you go off. I do run a lot of chainable traps, as you can see. This is also chainable. That's also chainable. So, I just figured Storm was kind of a big necessity. Especially decks that may set several back row. Bottomless obviously hurts this deck a little bit, so does Solemn Warning, and D-Prison, so I think Storm, you need to run it. Monster Reborn, Darkhold, nothing to say. So this is kind of a turbo build, but it's not at the same time. Like, I am running 3 Reckless, but I think that's kind of become a staple in Dark Worlds now. I love Reckless Greed. I think it's fantastic. It's chainable off the MST. You do go -1 off of that, but if you draw into the stuff you need, you can end up plussing. Especially if you draw into another Reckless off of that Reckless, and you kind of just keep going. It's not really a loop, but I'd say it's kind of a continuation of advantage over your opponent. 2 Mind Crush I think you have to run just because I'm running obviously the deck dev and the 3 drag down. Mind Crush is really good. Plus there's so many cards still in the game that add stuff to your hand. Duality, searchers like Gadgets and Gear Frame. Very, very good card. And if you're playing Chaos Dragons and you might fear they have that Darkness Metal in their hand, you just like Mind Crush it. It's very good versus Chaos Dragons actually. 1 Judgment, I'm not running Warning because I hate paying the life points. And Judgment's just, obviously a protective card. I'm not running Starlight Road, and Judgment just lets you kind of go off in cases where you need that extra protection. 1 deck dev, I'm not too sure about this yet. I might take it out for another Torrential and just side deck this, but it's very, very good. I am liking it. It hits Veiler, and once again, I have all the golds and the Grapha, so it's not really ever dead. It's very consistent, and yeah, I really like the card. This is my Super Secret Tech card. This card is freaking busted in this deck. It's so good. Mid-game, you draw it. Even opening game, it's okay opening game. It can be dead early on, but I mean, like, you draw this mid to late game, you've probably won. You're going to have a bunch of banished Dark Worlds or Fiends in the graveyard, and you just flip this thing up, and you bring a bunch of them back. You XYZ, you discard more with the Fabled Raven or Trance Archfiend, and you just go off, and it's just such a good card. If you're going for game anyways, paying half your life points is really insane. The cool thing too is, say you have 2 or 3 Graphas in the grave late game, you bring back a bunch of banished like Broww and Snoww, and you just bounce them back for the Graphas, and then you all of a sudden have discard outlets, which you can use with your Gates or your Trance. So it's just such a good combo card. I don't think I'll ever take it out of the deck. Like I said, it's very inconsistent early game, but mid to late game, it's devastating. 1 Torrential, the reason I'm not running 2, and I kind of want to run 2, is I don't have a lot of protection in this deck, as you can see. This gives me a good matchup versus Inzectors, obviously, which is nice, except for obviously the stupid Centipede or whatever it is. But Torrential is just kind of the one of, it's good to have. But this is kind of a really fast build, so I don't think it's really control. As you can see, I'm not running Skill Drain. I was contemplating taking this out for a Skill Drain, which I still might do, but I guess we'll see. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'm not going to do the extra deck, because really, it's obvious in this deck. I am running the 1 tuner, but you're going to run 8s, you're going to run like a 7 or a bunch of 7s. And then for XYZ, you just run the usual ones. Like I said, my favorite XYZs in the deck, the reason I'm running the 3 gold, is obviously the Tiras, Adrius, and I'm also running a Zen Mayo, the dude who pops 2 set cards. So, yeah, but other than that, the extra deck's not really showing. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about the deck, or any questions in general, please feel free to PM me. I'm always on top of staying in contact with my subscribers. You guys are the reason I've gotten to where I am, and I don't really want to ignore that. You guys have done a lot for me, and I'm always there for you if you need some help. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and you guys have a good day. Peace.